Everybody, what's going on? This is AG from Real XP Show. This live is being sponsored by Cross the Line Radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Captains Kataza. Right now we're in the middle of Union Square where there's a protest happening right now. We have some pro-Israeli protesters on the side, and we have pro-Palestine, pro-Gaza, and hands-off Iran protesters here. So what we're going to try to do today is try to get some good interactions, try to see what people have to say and get their thoughts. Again, this is AG with the Real Experience Show. This is being sponsored by Cross the Line Radio with Captains Tazariak and Kataza. All right. Right now, the protesters are about to march. So hopefully, we can have some good interactions. So let's see. Excuse me. Would you mind telling me who's this young girl on this poster?
Yeah, this is my friend's daughter, Maryam, who is 7 years old, who was murdered yesterday while trying to get flour with her mom. They were bombed in an airstrike, and she had a brain bleed.
Oh, well, was this the young lady was this the young girl that was being carried? There was videos of a young girl being carried, and she was bleeding from her head.
No, this was internal. It was a different girl then. Yeah, and they buried her today. And her dad and her brother left Gaza 2 weeks before the Rafah invasion, and they were planning to organize the exit of the mom and the two daughters. We had everything in place. We had all the money. Everything was ready. Like, they were registered. And then the Rafah invasion happened, and we were not able to evacuate them, and they've been stuck since.
So, with the money that you were able to raise, are you using it to help with the family that's grieving right now?
Yeah, so they have had money to buy kind of basic materials for their family. The cost currently to get cash out in Gaza is like 50 to 60% commission. So even with all of the money that they have, it's still not enough to feed their family. And so some of us have collected aid to give to them in the coming weeks to help them, but ultimately, there isn't food, there isn't even things to get, and so even if you have money, you can't necessarily buy the things that you need.
Now, I know that there is something called the GHF, the Gaza Humanitarian Front, I think that's what it's called, where it's supposed to be backed by U.S. and Israel to bring them food. How helpful is that, or are there setbacks with that to the people that are in Gaza?
That's where they were going when they were bombed. Those aid sites are traps. You go and you try and get flour, and that's when you're killed.
And what can Americans do to help with the suffering of the people that are in Gaza right now?
You can stop funding the genocide. Our government, we as Americans are committing this genocide. We are responsible for the death of Maryam. And what we can do is we can pressure our government, we can resist, we can go to protests, we can destroy the things that they're using, the bombs, the materials, the companies, boycott, and say, they're saying now 400,000 people. That's the conservative estimate coming out, 200,000 children. We can say there shouldn't have been one, and no more.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry to hear about this. I didn't see this on the news when I checked before coming out here. All right, well, thank you, ladies. Thank you to you all. I appreciate it. Yeah, that I did not know. I did not read up on the story of Maryam before coming out here. I did see a video of a young child being carried by an adult who was bleeding from their head. I'm not sure if that child survived or not either, but I do have to say, whether you agree with Israel, whether you agree with Palestine, the unaliving of children is something that we can all be against. There shouldn't be children 7 years old, 8 years old, any age child that has to, have their life ended so young and abruptly like that. And whether it was here in the United States or whether it's in a European country, children all deserve to live and grow old. That's what everyone expects when they have families and children. So definitely, maybe Americans should try more in getting our government to, get a solid ceasefire, so that way we can sort things out with what's happening over there in the Middle East, especially with the bombing of both Israel and Iran this past week. But we're catching back up with the protest. Thanks to everyone that's watching right now. Please share this live. We're at Union Square, streaming live on Cross the Line Radio. My name is AG. I am the host of the Real XP Show on YouTube. You can find me at Real XP Show on YouTube. So we got some police officers right now. Let's change the camera. Got a police car that's kind of blocking the road so that way other cars don't come. We have some other officers that are escorting the protest to make sure it maintains peaceful. Let's see. Excuse me, sir. What do you hope is the outcome for today's protest? To remain peaceful, I would imagine. No? Officers, any comment? No? Okay. Well, thank you. Well, hopefully the protest remains peaceful. That's the whole point, right? We don't want there's violence happening in the Middle East. We don't want violence happening here. So hopefully it can remain peaceful. Okay, we caught back up with the protest. Let's change the camera angle. All right. So right now we're marching down. This is East 20th. And now many protesters are beginning to chant. Excuse me, what do you think about the protest so far? No? Okay, he didn't have any thoughts. Keep going. Going to try to get some more interviews if we can. Excuse me, can I get your opinion on what you think about the protest? No? Okay. Thank you. Hey, buddy. Can I ask you a few questions about the protest? Not today? Thank you. Be safe. All right. We're striking out with the interviews, but we're going to get some interviews. Don't worry. Let's ask some people here. Excuse me, can I get your thoughts on the protest? Can I get your thoughts on the protest?
Oh, I love it.
Yes. So, do you resonate with what they're protesting for?
Yes, I'm Palestinian. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Please, I would love to hear what you have to say. How do you feel being here in America, knowing that there's people that are okay with what's happening over in Palestine?
It's very sad and upsetting, and it's hard to exist. And I'm kind of like, I don't talk about that I'm Palestinian all the time, so yeah.
And are there things that you currently are doing to try to support your fellow Palestinians?
Oh yeah, like always sharing content that supports Palestine, always donating to, especially like the Gazans who are need money right now, and I forgot what else I do, but yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's very admirable of you. Do you find do you have family that is still over there, and how do you communicate with them?
Oh, they're in the West Bank, just over the phone and stuff. But yeah, because they're in a small town that they witness a lot of the stuff because it's near Annapolis and stuff. Yeah.
And what do you think Americans can do more of to assist with what's happening in Gaza or in all of Palestine?
Oh, joining protests is a big one. Um, Talking to your local Congress people. Donating is a big one. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, thank you for taking the time out. I appreciate it. Be safe, okay? That was good interaction. Let's get some more. But now we got to catch back up with this with the march. Right now we're on East 22nd Street. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know the last time I was recording and there was no sound for like at least 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Wow. We're gaining some momentum here. We're catching up with the protesters right now. They're just finished turning on East 23rd Street. We're gonna catch up and cross the street diagonally. And for anyone that hasn't seen it, yeah, I got the new drip, the XP show. XP show. I got the QR code on the back. We're cutting some ground crossing through here. Okay, we're getting some traction. The cops are stopping traffic again as everyone turns. So it's a great show of support out here. I do see some pro-Israel protesters all the way in the front of the march. I wonder if they have a permit for the march. Excuse me, may I walk and talk with you? May I walk and talk with you just to get your opinion on what's going on? Yeah? So why do you think it's important for you to be out here for this march?
Why? Because what's going on is atrocious.
And what should Americans be doing at this point, at this moment? Okay. Well, thank you to her. I do see some familiar faces out here.
From Palestine to Mexico, former walls have not come. Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. policy.
End all U.S. aid to Israel. I'm gonna try to walk on the sidewalk and kind of cut through everybody. I'm gonna get on this sidewalk here. I'm gonna try to get in the front of this protest here. There's pro-Israeli protesters in the front. Can I ask you some questions?
About what?
About the pro-Israel and the pro-Palestine protesters being here?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So there's a separation? Hello again, what's going on? Good to see you.
That's your channel?
Huh?
That's your channel?
Yes. Real XP show. So everything's very peaceful right now, which is good. We have the pro-Israeli protesters in front, and then we have the pro-Palestine protesters in the back. There's more support for the pro-Palestinian protesters right now. Well, it's going to be a little difficult to get interviews during this march. Everyone's very focused on the march.
I want the losers to be back and they're fucking losers. So that's why all the fucking money they still are. Look at what they're doing there. Pull their signatures. The fucking election on June 24th. But they're wrong. What is the plan? Go for my signature. Go campaign. They're fucking losers. I don't understand why this guy. All the money is still there. Look at other losers.
Since a little conversation.
Go die! Go die! Go die in Israel! Join the IDF and go die! Join the IDF and go die! Oh shit!
See that confrontation right here. Wow, it seems definitely a big fight here. People are getting arrested. We was hoping to stay peaceful. We were hoping to stay peaceful. Oh, they got they're lifting him up and putting him on the ground. Make sure we give the police some space. Make sure we give the police some space, not interfere with what they're doing. Another person got arrested.
You and your friend wanted to get hurt, right? You wanted to fight. Look, now we got you on camera. Now we can expose who you are. We can expose you now, bitch. Now we expose who you are. You can't go hide no more. You and your little dirty friends both of you got in trouble.
I know your face, motherfucker! You better fucking be scared! You better fucking be scared, boy!
I'm scared.
Because I fucking know you now!
I'm scared, bro. Wait, I'm scared of you. Wait, I'm scared of you. You're so scary, bro. You got beat up by a gay guy, motherfucker. Give him away. You got beat up by a gay guy. You got beat up by a gay guy. Ah, you both got beat up by a gay guy. My terrorists. They got beat up by a gay guy. You fucking fool. You got beat up by a gay guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got beat up by a gay guy.
Really? Oh really?
You're a piece of pussy. I'm a terrorist supporter. I'm not a terrorist.
What do you think about what just happened?
What? Honestly, it was so overwhelming. I'm not really sure what to think, but it appears to me that that Islamic terrorist supporter right over there attacked one of my friends. That's what it looks like. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. I know you're just reporting. I get it. It's all good. But it looks like
A lot of adrenaline running.
Sorry?
A lot of adrenaline.
A lot of, yeah. I mean, I did it. I froze for like 30 seconds. It was scary. It was scary, right?
Do you feel that you can be in danger by being at these protests?
I feel I'm can be in danger by being a Jew.
Everywhere you go, or just in certain places?
Where I go, even in Israel, when Hamas or Iran are firing barrage of missiles and rockets.
Well, I'm hoping to keep the rest of
questions.
I'm hoping to keep this protest, keep it peaceful.
Okay, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was pretty intense. I didn't expect that to happen. You know, I was just saying how good it was to be a peaceful protest, and then that just abrupted. Can I interview for a few seconds? Okay, thank you. That girl that's running, she actually was instigating some of that conversation that I witnessed. I was watching them, but hey, let's catch up. Let's catch up with the rest of the march. Hopefully, it can remain peaceful after that arrest that just happened with those 3 individuals. But yeah. For those who don't know, my name is AG. I'm with the Real XP Show on YouTube. Today's stream, it is being sponsored by Cross the Line Radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Kataza. So yeah, let's keep it going. Let's see if we can document some more passionate interactions with the people that are here and maintain the peace. Let me walk a little bit faster. Here we go. For everyone that's in the chat that saw that whole fight and the arrest, what did you all think about that? Put a comment in the chat. Share the live. Put a comment in the chat if you saw that whole fight and arrest that was just made. Hey Sam, good to see you. So everyone's chanting right now. So now that the pro-Israeli protesters have kind of like been removed due to that arrest that happened, it's pretty much a pretty decent, pretty peaceful protest right now. Thank you very much.
They vote for him. You got what's that?
Mamdani needs his mommy. Mamdani needs his mommy. Zoran's a moron. Pack up to Pakistan. Pack up to Pakistan. Zoran's a moron. Mamdani needs his mommy.
Let's see if we can engage them.
Islamic socialism is not Islamic socialism.
Let me ask this guy. Hey, can I ask you some questions? Can I ask you some questions? What's up? How you doing, sir? You can hold it if you want. Oh, sure. So why are you here today? This is good enough this far? We're here to stand up for what's right and to let these uneducated, mindless creatures walking here know that this is wrong. This is wrong. Wow. You want to stand up for the people of Gaza, Jerusalem, Israel? This is not how you do it. That's not how you do it. You send money to people. You do charity funds. You get food. That's how you do shit. You do something. You don't just talk. I don't talk. I do shit. You know what I'm saying? I work with corrections to help people in jail and shit, in hospitals and psych wards. What do these people do with their lives? And that's part-time. I work, you know, but I got to do something, you know, to give back. I don't see any of these people doing anything to give back to this country. Just bullshit. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. You be safe.
With just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today.
Yeah, I think there's pro LGBT members here. There's pro Palestinian members here. There's some pro Israel protesters here as well, like this guy here.
The Big Bang may be a million years away.
March is still going. Right now we're on 33rd and 8th Avenue. Just had someone walk by me screaming IDF. I think we might be marching to Times Square.
So, man.
Fellas, what you guys think about the protests?
You're gonna burn in the fire of hell. You've never done your research. You have no education. Yeah, I grew up Jewish. I was being sent to the idea. Yeah. I have two. It doesn't matter. You're too stupid to even know it.
The cops separated them, probably to avoid what happened earlier. So, question: you say you're Jewish, correct?
I grew up Jewish.
And
I'm bar mitzvah. I was being sent to the IDF.
Okay.
What guided me to Islam? I studied. I've lived in a lot of countries in the world. I lived with the grandchildren of the Prophet Muhammad. Yeah. Islam is clearly like the religion of Moses. Moses would never say, I'm Jewish, or Judaism. He never heard those concepts. He would say, I submit to God. That's my religion. That's Moses' religion. That's Jesus' religion. That's Muhammad's religion. That's all the prophets' religion. There's one God. There's one religion. You can't kill children in war. You can't, or even hurt plants in war. There's rules of engagement. They're doing all of this just to make one government, one currency for the world. That's what they want. They want to depopulate, and the Jews are just they're miseducated. They have no idea what they're representing. They have no idea. They're alive because of the Muslims. The Muslims protected them throughout history. That's why they're here. Most of them, yes.
What do you think the stance of Americans should be in this particular situation?
Everyone needs to be purifying their hearts and souls because the world's about to go into the biggest war ever. That's what's going to happen. So anyone who wants God to rise them up, that needs to be purifying their hearts and souls because the world is about to go into the biggest war ever. And it's been planned for a very long time, but that's what's happening right now.
Who do you think would be the partakers of this war, like on either side?
Who's going to win?
No, who's going to be on each side? Like what countries are going to...
Russia and America are going to go into a full conflict with each other and then join together against a small group that God's going to give the power to. Yeah.
Thank you. Be safe. Nice glasses. Okay. That was interesting. He was wearing those Ray-Ban glasses that you can record on. They're pretty dope. Maybe I should get myself a pair. Okay, let's catch up. Let's catch up with everybody. We're turning on 34th Street and Broadway.
Cognitive dissonance. This is cognitive dissonance.
From the belly of the beast. From the belly of the beast. Hands of the Middle East. Hands of the Middle East. From the belly of the beast. From the belly of the beast. Hands of the Middle East. Hands of the Middle East. We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? And the siege of Hassanah. And the siege of Hassanah. We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop bombing Hassanah. Stop bombing Hassanah. Hands off Hassanah. Hands off Hassanah. Hands off Iran now. Hands off Iran now. Hands off Lebanon now. Hands off Lebanon now. Hands off Iraq now. Hands off Iraq now. From the belly of the beast. From the belly of the beast. Hands of the Middle East. Hands of the Middle East. Even Maryam. Palestine Arabia. Palestine Arabia. Even Maryam. Palestine Arabia. Palestine Arabia. Free Palestine. 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 Workers of the world unite. Workers of the world unite. Palestine is our fight. Palestine is our fight. Workers of the world unite. Workers of the world unite. Palestine is our fight. Palestine is our fight. Workers of the world unite. Workers of the world unite. Palestine is our fight. Palestine is our fight. From the river to the sea. From the
Sqaures! The war criminals in Israel, the Zionist entity, the entire political leadership and project are betting on a fallacious, moronic idea that through a media attack, through flooding the zone, through trying to distract all of you, that you will stop fighting for Gaza. Will that ever happen? Will that ever happen? Will you continue to respond to the starvation of children? Will you continue to respond and to fight with vigor and with energy as the United States and Israel attempts to turn humanitarian aid into a weapon of war? This criminal plan cannot go on any longer. We must continue to keep all eyes on Gaza. We must continue to fight as we did today for the people of Gaza. Today we marched, as we have done tons and dozens of times for the last 20 months, with commitment to keep Gaza as our compass, to use what happens in Gaza as the measure of what we will fight for and what we will continue to struggle for. This week, the people of Iran, through their steadfastness and through unwillingness to capitulate, as they have for more than 40 years, to sanctions and starvation, won an urgently needed ceasefire. We will stay alert to any infraction of that ceasefire. And if that ceasefire is broken, we will be back on the streets. We will be back on the streets because the experience of Gaza and our struggle for Gaza has shown us that this is what we must do. This is our imperative. We need to stand with all forces that stand with Gaza and stand against all forces that stand against it. Can we make this commitment? Raise your hand if you can make this commitment. Raise your hand if you're in this for the long haul. Raise your hand if you continue following Gaza on the path to total liberation of Palestine and the people of the planet. We know that this struggle is long and it will require continued organization. And to take a step there, this Monday, as we always do, we will gather at the People's Forum at 6:30. Everyone here, I hope you join us. And I hope you join us at the end of this summer on August 29th to 31st at the second annual People's Conference for Palestine. In Detroit, Michigan, we will assemble as a movement. We will draw the lessons of the last year, the last 2 years. We will hear reports from the ground. We will understand what's going on regionally, what's going on here. We will hear from all of those movement leaders who have been building this force for the last 20 months. And so as we close out, I want us all to make a commitment to get there, to get on the bus, to get on the planes, to register today, for whatever means, to come to Detroit to be together. What they, the United States and Israel, hate is when we come together. And so in Detroit, we will take what they hate and we will throw it in their face. We're going to close out. Everybody get home safe. Be prepared to get home safe. Be prepared to wake up tomorrow to continue the struggle. And join me in one last chant. Let's get it so loud that the people of Gaza, the people of Iran, all of New York City can hear us. We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop bombing Gaza now! Stop bombing Gaza now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop starving Gaza now! Stop starving Gaza now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop starving Gaza now! Stop starving Gaza now! Gaza will free us all! Gaza will free us all! Zionism will fall! Zionism will fall! Gaza will free us all! Gaza will free us all! Zionism will fall! Zionism will fall! Thank you, brothers and sisters, friends and comrades. Get home safely, and I'll see you on Monday.
All right, well, the protest march coming to an end. Is there anyone I can speak to about this particular group?
Yeah, you just know the Sqaure over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, can I give you the mic? I just want to ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the name of this organization is and what's the mission of it?
Yeah, so we are the American Communist Party. We're a Marxist-Leninist organization that is dedicated to the political sovereignty of the American working class. For too long, that we have all noticed that the American government does not care for the will of the people. There is no popular sovereignty. We need to have a new authority within the United States of America that is genuinely by, for, and of the American people of the working class. So we dedicate ourselves every day to bonding with working class people, such as the truckers down in New Jersey, such as the truckers out in California, all across the whole country. We're dedicating ourselves to the cause of the working class, and that's also why we're out here today. We're out here today because we know that our U.S. government is being reckless, instigating itself in conflicts across the world, in the Middle East and Gaza, now with Iran. The moment the straw breaks the camel's back, the entire U.S. population will be thrown into a war situation, a war that none of us asked for, a war that none of us voted for. It is a complete sham of democracy. So we have to organize, develop a new independent movement within the United States that genuinely cares and genuinely listens to the will of the American popular masses.
How can we go about making this something that becomes tangible here in America?
So it becomes tangible through organization. So, for example, we're organizing alongside of the truckers out in the port of Newark, one of the largest ports in the entire country. We're organizing among the Amazon workers. We're organizing around every single working class sector that relates to the real infrastructure of the nation. Well, once we leverage our labor power as working class people, and once we all abide and unite with each other to say no more to the U.S. government, no more to the rule of the millionaires, no more to this ruling class capitalist government, that we want a working class government, one that actually listens to and goes with the will of the American working class.
And why was this significant for you and your movement to be here today?
So I'm out here among other brave New Yorkers here, like all of us here are taking that stand to show the U.S. government, to show everyone across the whole country that we are no longer standing for the crimes of the U.S. government and the Zionist entity that has its influence within our government, all of these foreign lobbies, all of these millionaires that are controlling our government like it's a casino. It's complete travesty against the foundational ideas of our country. So that's the point of the American Communist Party, to build up that new authority that goes against those millionaires, against those foreign interest groups that seek to do nothing but make our government and make our people into nothing more than pawns. We need a new power, and it's found within the working class. Join the American Communist Party.
So if you can enlighten me, how would there be like leadership within the Communist Party if it was to take hold of America? You know how we have a president, there's Democrats, there's Republicans. Yeah. So how would the system look of the Communist Party?
Yeah. So I can't give you an exact blueprint, but I can tell you this: that if it's anything like past communist countries, such as modern day China or the Soviet Union,
even though, yes, we love, we respect, and we appreciate their example, we don't want to copy and paste every single thing that they did. For whatever worked for the Russians, worked for the Russians, and whatever works for the Chinese, works for the Chinese. We need to develop a new American system that utilizes Marxism-Leninism, that utilizes communist thought and theory and practice, but within American conditions. So if we're to guess, there could be a president, there could be a leader up at the top, but if it's anything like any other communist country, the entire political and economic system is going to be dependent on the willful participation of the masses themselves, where they themselves control the means of production, and whatever we produce is reinvested back into ourselves. The current system that we live under now, whatever we produce, it's not going back to us. Our infrastructure is falling apart. Our trains look like crap. Homeless people all around the street. No civilized system exists like this. That's impossible. So what we want instead is a new system where the economic logic is this. It puts people's needs first, it puts the needs of society first, and it puts the money back into our own pockets so that we can all be prosperous.
And what is the Communist Party stance on what's happening in the Middle East with Palestine, Israel, Iran, and America's involvement?
The American Communist Party fully supports all resistance elements against the Zionist entity and all imperialist intervention within the region. All of the people there have the right, no, the duty to fight against everything that seeks to make them into nothing more than pawns and wage slaves. We support all of the resistance efforts that we see in this region, and we hope to see them victorious. For what they're doing right now, their struggle is similar to our struggle. We say that the people of Palestine and all of the other resistance forces, they're fighting with the spirit of 1776. They're fighting with that same spirit that goes against these colonial oppressors that are inhabiting their land, using it as nothing more than a funnel for wealth and resources. We see that, we recognize that, and we want to give spirit to that. We want to give voice to that. We want to give support to that. For the same Zionist entity that is disparaging life in the Middle East is the same one that is wreaking havoc, taking our tax dollars, going after all of these brave people for their freedom of speech, getting them arrested, getting them canceled, getting them out of their jobs and fired. It's not right. So we're all facing the same enemy, and that's why we're out here today.
And where can the viewers find more information about the organization or the movement you represent?
You find us on Twitter at ACP Maine, and you can go to our website, acp.us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bro, I've been trying to scan the QR code on the back of your shirt.
I'm sorry. You want me to stand still?
No, it don't work.
It was working earlier.
All right, real quick. What's the show?
It's at Real XP Show. Yeah, you want to see it?
No.
Oh.
Are you recording now?
Yes, I'm still
You
live.
are recording.
Yes.
Oh, can I get contact or social media from where you're at?
Say again?
Oh, your social media.
Yes. It's at Real XP Show on all platforms. Basically. Yes. Right now I'm streaming from my parent show. It's called Cross the Line Radio. We do a live show every Thursday night at 10 p.m. It's a platform where everyone can call up or join on live, and you can talk about whatever issue you want.
What's your Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter yet, but on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is at Real XP Show.
Because I'm trying to grab the audio.
Okay. This you want to go to Cross the Line Radio right here.
Yeah.
So if you go onto the YouTube, this is where we're streaming live at.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's really cool.
So right now we're at the 74-minute marker. So if you want to be able to scan your way back, so you can find where we started with. What was your name again?
Spiros.
What was it? Cross the Line?
Cross the Line Radio.
Radio. Got you, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Be safe, everybody.
You too, man.
Take it.
Yeah, no, they
That was a pretty good interview. Hey, how are you? Oh, looks like there's some in confrontation here. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bro, shut the fuck up, please.
I love when
Shut
the
up.
flag was in my ass. It felt
Shut
so
up, bro.
good.
Made in China.
Put it back in my ass, bitch.
Made in China.
Put it back in my ass, Put it back in my ass, bitch!
Islamic socialism never worked.
Put it back!
It's not about religion, you dumbass! It's not about religion! You stupid fuck!
Criminals wear masks.
It's not about religion! You need a mask!
Flag back away.
Your ugly ass needs a mask, bro! Well, you dox us, you ruin people's lives, so we have to. You kill us!
It feels so good! Put the flag back in my butt, tough guy! Put the flag back in my butt! These guys get me! You gotta get me! Put the flag in my butt! It feels so good! It feels so good! Put it in my butt! Here! Put it in my ass! Here! Look the sharmuta! The loser! Here! I still want put it in my butt! I don't think she should go. I don't think. I think Zionist dicks shouldn't go off. I don't think so. I think she's too good for that. USA! 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 It's a shame. It's a shame for the country that you do that. I like the flag. Colombiano or Israeli? I like
Now you're famous in Colombia. That was RCN. She's fucking freaking out. Who cares? Who cares? Who's doing that?
Stop indoctrinating children! Give normal people a chance! Give normal people a chance! Stop indoctrinating children! Sharia is shit! Sharia is shit!
That's not what
Nobody wants you because you're not Jamaican. We don't want to
your flags got my ass too on it.
Give Arab people a chance to be normal.
How you feel? How you feel? Religion is fine. He's rapping all over himself. I was carrying this motherfucking flag and it was on the flag of hell. Did you see him roll his eyes and walk away? He don't know shit about me, my plight, nothing that I'm going through, but it irritated him for me to say I'm going through some shit. That ain't my fucking ally, bro. Yeah, we all do, but you got a nice suit on, so let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about the police. I don't play that shit. You might as well get the fuck away from me, because you already showed me that you ain't got no respect for me, so we ain't got nothing to talk about. You move the fuck away, white boy. Real shit. Because I'm going to earn my jail today. I said what I said. Once you demonstrate that you don't give a fuck about what I'm saying, we ain't got nothing to talk about. There ain't no conversation. You, as a veteran, get your own shit together and earn your respect before you wear they shit. They don't give a fuck about you. That's all I want you to understand. You too beautiful, bro. You too beautiful, bro. Right?
Palestine cares about you, bro.
I'm talking to the black man, and I didn't say that, so don't make no assumptions, bro.
You never said he's pro-Palestine. Y'all have to hear the whole conversation before y'all jump
I'm
into
telling you, we on neither one of these motherfuckers' side, bro. Get our shit together.
I'm gonna ask you this, right? Black man and black man. I'm gonna ask, and I very rarely do that black and white thing because I don't like the divisive shit. But I do understand what you're saying, and I really respect what you're saying as a black man. But me personally, I look at it like this: you stand for the black stuff, and you're all for that. I am too. I bust my ass for the black community as well. I fight for the black community as well. I do. But at the end of the day, I'm American as well. And I say this, black people have to get our shit together too. We have to stop being on the crutch about shit that happened 400 years ago and build off of that shit. If one thing that we can learn from these people is that the shit that they went through, they used it to big themselves up and to get better and not to hold themselves down as a crutch. They did do that. Also,
how they do that?
How? Look at what they did. They fought for what the fuck they wanted instead of you. They got what they wanted by speaking up and by taking over.
So if I may say this to you, bro, just in response
they're not killing them no more.
Well, hold on, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you so you can get my perspective on it. We're not on the crutch, bro. Hold on, let me say this. We not. Listen to me. I'm taking your metaphor to give you the truth. We're not on the crutch. Our legs been amputated. And don't talk about nobody coming out the mud when they've been given incentive to come. And then, past that, for example, I am an American all day, but I also know what it feels like to have a baby snatched from me. So even though I don't support illegal immigration, I'm not jumping in no motherfucking rallies for no other community that's being deported. But I'm also saying that as an American, I can't be proud if we snatching babies from families and shit because I know that pain, considering my own self. So while I'm standing on what's right, I'm carrying my own shit.
So we have some of the same views. We just differ on a lot of the other.
I'm just not understanding that.
Like me, I'm all for getting the illegals out of this country.
I am too.
I'm all for it.
The way to do it.
Not to cut you guys off, but you see the importance of having the conversation.
Yeah.
You see the importance of having the conversation. Anybody else could have heard us, and they would have thought that you guys were, I'm gonna say,
like the other guy did.
We're fighting.
Like the other guy did.
You see, but with just a simple conversation, you guys were able to figure out that there is something in common that you guys share.
Yeah.
And that's what we hear, bro. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about.
My whole thing is I don't look at the color.
I don't look at the color of the skin. We just got different methods of getting to the problem. But I'm telling you know what I'm telling you? When I'm looking at all of us around here, we hurting, bro. And when we see people fighting and you not showing us where we fit in and how we represent it, all we gonna do is hurt. And ain't nobody gonna ever see us until we show ourselves. That's really all I'm saying.
You asked me a question earlier. You said, why do I have this flag, right? The reason why I have this flag is because a family that actually adopted me was from here. That's why I have this flag. The family that adopted me is from here. That's why I have this flag.
You would have known that without that conversation.
Trust me. I know within myself, bro, I knew
I still represent the United States of America. That's who I am.
I knew you had to have see, I wasn't judging you because you were doing it. I asked you why.
because it's a reason why you got it. But I'm just making you aware of an overarching
But
fact.
here's the funny thing. I would have had this regardless because I fought for this country and because I fought for freedom and peace. I get it. Because they stand for us. They fought with us.
No.
So why not fight
Let
with
me tell
them?
you why they don't stand for us. This
I'm
why they
talking
don't
about
stand for
America. When I
us.
say us,
Let
I
me
mean
tell
America.
you why they don't stand for us. Basically, capitalism ain't got no heart. They buy from us. But did you just see what happened when they agreed to a peace treaty?
Yeah, and
They disrespected us because they don't stand for us. They stand for their own shit, which means at the end of the day,
I'm gonna say this though. It's like me and you right now. We agree with each other, but we differ on different things. So that's exactly what they're doing. Israel agree with what America's saying, but they have different ways of going about doing it. When you're fighting against a terrorist and when you're fighting against that, you have to keep on fighting until shit happens the way you want it to.
but I'm gonna tell you what hurt, bro. This is supposed to be America. It's Palestinians in this motherfucker legally. It's Israelites in this thing illegally. We ain't leading the country because all our shit is divisive. This shouldn't even be.
It shouldn't be. I said that earlier. First of all, me and you as veterans, to see that shit, those flags waving, not one American flag on that side after 9/11 in New York City, that shit is a fucking disgrace. That is a fucking disgrace because I fought for 9/11. I fought against terrorism. That right there in New York City, of all fucking places, those flags waving is disgrace.
You carrying that flag because they adopted you. But when you saw Black Lives Matter, how many American flags did you see? They might.
American flags.
You didn't see. You clear. You don't
There was
know.
American flags, Black Lives Matter.
There was not
There was
enough.
American flag-
And you know how I know?
Wasn't enough.
You know how I know? My name is Jedediah. And I was one of the leaders in Chicago. And we intentionally didn't carry that shit. Because America ain't done nothing but give me heartache and difficulty and pain. Just because they ain't carrying it, don't mean they don't value it. It mean they telling us something. We hurting them. So guess what? Instead of going and yelling, instead of going and yelling, well, shit, that's crazy. Because I bet you all them motherfuckers pay taxes, and they taxes bombing they shit.
Actually, they believe in sovereignty.
But they paying taxes, bro.
Not all of them.
Paying taxes.
Not all of them.
Huh?
Not all of them.
Well, hold on for a second.
Under sovereignty law,
Let me say this to you.
You don't pay taxes.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me say this to you, and then I'm gonna get off.
Under sovereign law, you don't pay
Hold
taxes.
on, you gotta catch this. Catch this. Because you said that the reason why you standing on that is because they adopted you, right? Let me help you understand something. The reason why I know that we can't make all of them a monolith is because of something like this.
I didn't say all of them, but my family.
You didn't say no exception either.
Because I'm saying if I do it because of
my
my
family, this Palestinian woman on this screen, I would never, ever say half the shit you said about Palestinians because I'm actually connected to a lot of them.
Not them.
Be careful, man.
But not them.
Be careful. They were they. So I'm gonna call you right back. I love you. Now get this, bro. You don't know. We don't never know who you talking to. But when I couldn't figure out shit for all the people in the streets that I work with, these Palestinians picked up and they've been helping every single one of them ever since, way before any of this ever happened.
Oh, you're fucking way wrong. You're way wrong. You're way wrong on that. You over Jews? The connection.
No, chill.
Yeah, I'm
We
saying,
having a good conversation.
I see it, but he's wrong. He's wrong.
I have no flag. I'm just for what's right. But when I speak, I'm speaking as a black man. And they gonna see me as a black man. And I don't care who doing it. Wrong on either side is just wrong. Huh? Yeah, that's what go ahead. He keeps saying, I don't know who y'all are, but I hope I see this shit. I'm gonna have to oh yeah.
Ron Shalem we gotta go pick him. Yeah, he's there right now. And he took our own
both right.
Yeah, we gotta
That's what I'm telling you, both white people have different ways of going about it.
But
the thing about that is, that's what America's about.
Yes, sir. A conversation. Look how beautiful the conversation turned out.
Yeah. You have two minds to actually think like this.
Okay, so we led the march today. So the following month, we walked in front. Okay, so we did that, and it was working well, but then they have these new kids. They don't know what happened. When I regular ones, they want to make up. What would happen? Look, boy. You can. All right. And an Ethiopian, Jewish mother, Ethiopian, going into Palestine if I was allowed to go now. We're not allowed to go now because it's not a war zone. But prior to it being a military zone, my black ass would be killed. I'm sorry that you probably wouldn't understand that. If you want to talk about privilege and occupation, we can go back. We can open up them doors. You want to bring up occupation and all that? Let's go. All right. I am. You talking about Jews like I'm not.
I'm looking this way, and now you got one of y'all looking that way.
Yeah, the Arabs. Let me.
They the one that deserve the oppressive response because there's people behind y'all. Y'all feel safe with Israel. Y'all back safe with the people who got the flag with Israel. When not one of y'all feel safe with y'all back to the people with the Palestine flag. Not one. Make that make sense. Y'all feel safe with y'all back to the people with all y'all back. Y'all don't put y'all back towards me.
Like I was saying,
because y'all think I'm a threat behind you. So are they the threat?
And brought 10,000 plus of us over there to Israel.
I really was out of look on now. You talking back. That makes sense to me.
We're being killed by the side that you support, the Arabs. Arabs were killing us. Yes. Look it up. You want facts? Make sure you're not hitting them with this. I'm not. I know. I'm not. I respect you. Yeah. He's not ready for this conversation. When I bring up the truth, they have nothing to say. They were killing off black people over there. There was a rescue operation that happened, and that's why they ended up in Israel. That's why Beta Israel is a thing. What do you mean? They gave them temporary birth control? Yes. How am I alive? If I'm Ethiopian, if my mother was sterilized, how the fuck am I alive? Dumbass. Yes. If I was sterilized, if my mother was sterilized, how the fuck am I born? Answer the question, dumb fuck. All right, so shut the fuck up. They don't bring up shit that you don't know. It was a temporary birth control method, so they did not get pregnant. So they did not get pregnant until they got to Israel and safe haven. But you're too stupid to do your fucking research before you come down here.
Sterilization, as long as it's like temporary.
That's not sterilization. It is the same thing as if you go into CVS and buy birth control. That's sterilization, dumbass. That's sterilization. Going into CVS and buying birth control, sterilization. Okay, I got it. I understand. Where did you go to school? Where did you graduate? You went to Columbia? I don't count Columbia. Where did you go? I know, you're uneducated. You need to do some fucking research before you try to tell me, a black man, what my history is. Like I don't know my history. Are you gonna answer the question? It's not sterilization. Just because you're trying to change your definition to suit your narrative doesn't mean it's right. I did not see that this is gaslighting. Look, we have over 700,000 people that are agreeing I did not say that. It's temporary birth control. So you want to twist the narrative and say whatever. But we have live footage of what the fuck I said, and you're looking like a clown. You're a clown. You're standing with terrorists that don't give a fuck about black people. You want to bring up blacks, right? They don't give a fuck about blacks. And I don't kill and I don't kill Arabs. And I don't kill Israelis. I don't kill. That's what that side does. You want to talk about? Look, I'll give you your W. Listen. Yo, come on, I'm not done. I'll give you your little W about sterilization. But at least you can never say that Israel is purposely killing blacks. Arabs are killing blacks. Yes, they are. What race are they? What ethnicity are they? So Arabs are not in Gaza? Arabs are not in Gaza? Let me stop you. I'm sorry. I don't want to get it. Are you listening? Are you trying to twist my words? I said, all right.
If you can tell me the definition of
What
genocide, I'll give you $1,000.
what's the definition of genocide?
What's the definition of
What's the
genocide?
definition of you don't know?
I'll give you $1,000 if you can tell me the definition of genocide.
You cannot answer. You cannot answer a question with a question. What aboutism? What aboutism? You keep bringing up sterilization, and you're not answering any of my other questions. I already answered your question about quote-unquote sterilization, which is not sterilization, it's birth control. You go into CVS, you can buy the same shit they use, birth control, dummy. You sterilize your own girl when you fuck her and don't want to get her pregnant. That's sterilization, dummy.
Tell me the definition of genocide. I'll give you $1,000 right now. Go.
Yo, you actually sounded like an ass.
Can you tell me the definition of genocide? I know. I'll say.
Yeah, it's like 9-point definition.
It's a 9-point definition. Are you sure?
What is? Did he answer?
No. He says it's a 9-point definition of genocide. Am I wrong? Or
Let's move on. I'm gonna keep going in circles. What is the definition? We're not going back to that. What is I care about civilians. I care about on both sides. On all sides. I told you second is not justifiable. Look, it's not. So Hamas needs to go. We're going on one topic and trying to skip forward.
People defending you guys.
So he just said he doesn't stand for Hamas, and now you're trying to justify it. So which is it? You either support Hamas or you don't. Do you support Hamas or you don't? Do you support Hamas or you don't? The people that went, oh, so you don't know. We're going to play that game. Look, we're not going to play that game. We're not going to play this game. We're not even going to play it. What is Hamas?
The same as Israel. They're one and the same. They're both terrorists.
Israel's terrorists? How? Tell me. Tell me how they're terrorists. I want you to tell me about my homeland. Tell me, please. How is Israel terrorists?
Because they're really good killing not only civilians, but beyond that, they're killing their own hostages.
They're killing their own hostages. They're killing their own hostages. Okay. Oh, that's the new play. So this guy's trolling. Yeah. Here go your guy.
You said they're killing who? How they? So they were waving white flags, running back to Israel, and the Israeli soldiers gunned them down. Where do you hear that? Where do you hear this from? The Palestinian news? This is on Palestinian news? Israelis have reported about it. Israelis against Netanyahu. Everywhere, bro. This is worldwide news. If you stay in your own bubble, you're never going to learn about it. If you stay in your own bubble, you're never going to learn about it. But you're standing with, how can you live in New York City after 9/11 and stand with a terrorist country? Really? Like, really? Yeah, walk away.
I'm trying to debate.
So, what are you streaming on? Yeah, YouTube. How do you like cake? You need to have subscribers in order to get paid or get paid.
You get to a point, you gotta grind on that game for hours and days, but you can get monetized after streaming for 5 hours. So if you bring your viewers from there to here, they can give you subs. You get more on YouTube or Twitch.
What's the hourly rate? What's the hourly rate?
depends on how many chatters you have. For like Aiden Ross, for example, he makes like 40K a stream.
He's the one that's behind Kit.
Yeah. You and your dress. You and your dress. Go pick up a gun. One day.